Man, what's good, y'all? You already know exactly what time it is. We're back here, Sir Smoke Game on the ground from Hunger House. Just got the pound that are ready for the next round, man. With that being said, man, there's some stuff going on that we finna talk about, man. It's a whole lot of stuff. It's some crazy stuff, too, man. I mean, you just can't make the stuff up at all whatsoever. Uh, we live in a society, man, and I say it all the time. We live in a society that has fallen. It's fallen down far. The society that we live in is no longer on the level that it once was of security and safety. Nowadays, anything goes, and you can do whatever you want if you feel like doing it, man. If you feel like you're this, or if you feel like you're that, then that's what you are. Then if you feel like you want to be attracted to underage people, then there's some people out there who think that it's alright and it's not alright. You know, it's crazy, man. And one of the things we're gonna be talking about is something that's going on in California that I actually just read about recently. There are certain places out there that they have escorts out there, and y'all wouldn't know what I mean by escorts is people who do certain types of work for money. Bedroom activity works. They got some escorts out there now in certain areas of California that are using children to advertise for their business, handing out business cards and stuff like that. And it's just like that to me that's a part of using a child for a explicit reason, for a very inappropriate reason, and that should be looked at as you know conditioning children to doing certain things. And I gotta be careful what I say because you already know how this platform is. To me, that should be the same as conditioning children to certain things. Because there's no way that you sit around and you think in your right mind that using a child to promote your business and bedroom activities is right. There's nothing right about it, bro. It's insane. Uh, I wouldn't be surprised if somewhere on down the road they started trying to legalize, bedroom activities with animals, dogs, cats, pigs, whatever the case may be, horses, all types of stuff. Excuse me, huh? I wouldn't be surprised if they started trying to legalize those things too, because it's just the path that we're headed down. We sit around and we say, oh, it's liberation from this, it's liberation from that. Man, if you feel like you want to do this with an animal, if you feel like you want to do this with a child, that's what you feel like, and that's what you should do, and that's not what you should do at all. There are certain things that we feel within ourselves that we're not supposed to feel. An attraction to young people and animals are those things that we're not supposed to be feeling. Those aren't natural feelings that you're supposed to have. We weren't made to do nothing like that with young humans. We weren't made to do nothing like that with animals. I hear people all the time saying that I don't know if I can say it or not on this platform, but there's a certain religion out there that people are saying is the truth. It's the only truth. It's the same one that your boy, Mr. Tate, he converted to. They all say that there's a lot of people out there that say that's the true religion, that's the only religion that's left. But I seen this dude earlier today in the comment section talking about how that their prophet is the only prophet, the way to truth, and is acting like what he did when he married a child was okay, and like it's not okay, bro. It blows my mind how people sit around and try to defend somebody who marries a child, somebody who does stuff with a child. It blows my mind. The goat lovers, yeah, they goat lovers, man. They goat other things too. I can't say it, but yeah, man. I just completely. Oh yeah, my bad. I don't know what just happened, man. I just lost my train of thought for a second, but no, man. It's just crazy because I remember. I think it was yesterday or earlier today. There was a post that I seen on Instagram talking about certain things, the moving of children by way of illegal force. And it was talking about, because it was Fox News that posted it, and I said, There's people going in the comments saying, man, if only Fox News and other news stations would spread as much awareness as uh, Sound of Freedom did, imagine how much more we could get done. And I didn't say it to the person, I just said in the comment section, I said news media won't spread awareness because they're complicit in it. And so many people got mad. Oh man, well, you must be ignorant, you must be delusional, man, you must be doing this, you must be doing that. They're focusing on the areas that do it most, which is the Christian religion. And it's just like, bro, that's like, I said one thing and you over here, you mad. Like, how you gonna be so mad and defend people who are complicit in doing certain things and hiding evidence from the people of people who do certain things to children? It blows my mind. You know, it's like they immediately jump to the defense of those who like to mess around with young people. And that's the world that we live in today, is people want to legalize messing around with young people. And it's like, at this point, bro, there's nothing that's not going to be legalized. At this point, there's nothing that's not going to be legalized. And it's a shame, bro, because it's like, man, and when you look down the road and you see all the possibilities of things that could happen, you just start shaking your head. You're like, when's it going to stop? I mean, makes you wonder, what could be worse than that? It makes you wonder what could be worse than that, you know? So when I sit back and I see things like this, I'm just like, man, just all you can do is shake your head. Really, all you can do is just shake your head. Because it's like, I don't know, dude. It's one of those things that really just leaves you speechless, you know? It's one of those things that you just don't understand how so many people could defend something like that. How so many people are blind to how the fact that the media that gives them their news is actually controlled. So many people are so blind to it, dude. So many people feed into it so blindly, and then they start moving off of emotions, and wonder why their life is so messed up. It's a shame. It's shameful. People stuck in the matrix. People caught within the matrix, who refuse to see the truth for what it is, or are too oblivious to it, too ignorant, too prideful, whatever the case may be. They refuse to see the truth for what it is, and they would rather choose to go on watching news media that lies to them, that doesn't tell them the truth about nothing. They'd rather go on living their lives, working 9 to 5 jobs, not really caring about nothing else, working till you're 65, 70 years old, retiring for 5, 10 years, and then rotting away underneath a whole bunch of flowers as a hump in the ground. People would much rather do that than fight the system. People would much rather do that than fight the system, and it's shameful. It's like, bruh, do you not see what's going on? Can you not see the fact that you are being used? Do you not see the fact that all you do is cycle more money into the pockets of your puppet masters? That's what it is. But people are like, no, man, it's just life. You know, there's the generation, I think probably like 2 generations before mine. They were raised in believing that you're supposed to graduate high school and get a job and work hard until it's time for you to retire. That's how they were raised. That's what they were taught. They were taught to believe that you're supposed to get a hard-working job until you retire. They wasn't taught that you're supposed to break out the matrix. It wasn't taught that you were supposed to beat the system. They wasn't taught to do none of that stuff. They was taught to go work at a tire shop, mechanic shop, be a truck driver, whatever the case may be. And just work until it was time for you to go. But that's not a life. That ain't a life. There's no life in that at all. And people don't see that. People see it as doing what they're supposed to do. And there's a difference between doing what you're supposed to do and just choosing to lay down and live within the cycle. Some people might do that until they can get to where they want to be in life. But other people, they just, oh man, well, I'm just going to do this because there's no point in fighting. You know, they lay down their arms and they give up. They surrender. they don't ever get nowhere either. When you sit around and you surrender like that, you ain't gonna get nowhere. You can't expect to get nowhere. Uh, People get mad when results from what they're trying to do don't manifest because they just lay down and give up. They try something for a day or two, whether it's a gym or it's something on social media like YouTube or Twitch or whatever. They try it for a day or two, and when it doesn't pop off like they thought it would, they give up. And it's like, bro, you laying down your arms and you putting your hands up and you surrendering. You're like, I'm done. You get on your knees and you allow them to put you in cuffs. And it's like, that's tough, bro. That is absolutely tough. And you can't make the stuff up. And I don't know why this stopped. Why did you stop? That's crazy. Hold up, y'all. Give me a minute. My bad. Thank you. But no, man, it's just like, that's like you going to a job, a new job that you just got, and you quit on the second or third day because you think it's going to be too hard without trying to get it down and get used to it or whatever the case may be. Like, what sense does that make? You just gave up on it. You gave up on a job that pays good money, but it was too hard for you to comprehend and get down. So you just said, man, this is going to be too hard, so I'm just going to stop now. It don't make no sense. It don't make no sense at all. A lot of y'all be sitting around giving up way too easily. A lot of y'all be sitting around saying, oh, man, well, maybe if I'm going to do it later on, that way I have more energy. Or I'm going to do it later on, that way. I'm going to do it later on. But when you do it later on, you ain't going to do it at all. Because you put it off to the side and you forget about it. You don't prioritize it. We all do that. There's something that we have all said that we're going to do later on that we end up not doing, getting around to. And that's just how it is. And that's something that we got to break. Something that you got to break, something that we all got to break. We got to make a habit of breaking old habits that have no beneficial factors for us. We sit around and we say, yeah, man, I got a bad habit of doing this. I got a bad habit of doing that. Okay, what you doing to break that habit, though? Are you calling yourself out on it when you do it? Are you knowingly doing that bad habit again that you got and just not worried about it? Are you unintentionally doing it? Are you doing it obliviously or what? What are you doing to stop it? A lot of people say that about, cigarettes and stuff. Yeah, man, I got a bad habit of doing this with cigarettes or doing that with cigarettes or cigars or whatever the case may be. But guess what? They got one in their hand while they telling you they got a bad habit of it. He said, I'm going to give the method one more day because it's only been 6 days. We'll see how tonight goes. Yeah, man, a lot of y'all give it 2 days and say you done. I mean, we've been doing this stuff for how long? How long have we been doing this stuff for? And there may not be much of a breakthrough right now, but guess what? We're still keeping it pushing. You know why? Because it's something that we're not giving up on. A lot of y'all sit around and say, man, I didn't blow up on YouTube like I thought I would after the first day. Man, I didn't blow up on Twitch like Ninja did after the first day. Like, what sense does that make? You can't expect to do something for one day. That's like you thinking you're going to go to the gym for one day and become like The Rock. That don't make sense. You can't make sense of something that don't make sense. And what don't make sense is you sitting around trying to gain results that somebody who has more experience in doing has versus you doing it after one day. So The Rock has more experience in the gym that you do, but you're trying to gain the results that The Rock does in the gym in one day when you've never gone in your life. It don't make no sense. And that's why a lot of y'all's mindsets be so backwards, so draining, so they don't be fruitful. Nothing comes up of them. Nothing comes from it. You just I talked to somebody the other day about, he said he was trying to do this, trying to do that. and but he has a habit of doing it for a certain amount of time and then stopping for no reason, falling off. Whether it's the gym, whether it's the track, whether it's social media, whatever the case may be, whatever it is that he does, he goes hard at it for like a month and then stops. And he was just telling me the other day, yeah, man, I'm going to go get my license in this, I'm going to get my license in that. I'm like, bro, you're not going to do it though, because once you do, you're going to do it for a month and then just say, okay, I'm done. Like, we all have things that we got to break. And I think it's more or less, I think it more or less has something to do spiritually in the invisible background. Because all of our thoughts are influenced by something, whether it's something good or something bad. And I know good influences don't cause you to forget things or push things off or get into bad habits. Only bad influences do that. That's why I think that there's something behind closed doors in the invisible realm that influences us to push things off to the side or, makes us draw a blank and forget what we were going to do, or, makes us decide to do something else besides doing what we're supposed to do. Oh, that's my refrigerator. I'm like, what the heck is that sound? No, it's just my refrigerator. But yeah, man, it's crazy, dude. The things that people expect. I remember, I remember, I don't know if it's too loud, man. If it's too loud, let me know, y'all. I'll turn it down a little bit more, but I think that might be good. It might need to go back up, but let me know if you guys want to turn it up more or turn it down more. Let me know. But that's crazy. See, that's what I'm saying, bro. Like, it's so easy to forget something. So easy to forget something. Like, I legit just forgot what I was gonna say, and that's crazy, bro. That's crazy. Yeah, the entitlement, the sense of entitlement that people think that they have. You know, people thinking they deserve 100K a year for working 2 days out of a week. People sitting around saying, "Oh well, if I don't have this, I don't have that." Like, come on, bro. What's gonna happen if you don't have this or have that? I see videos of people talking about, yeah, man. Well, if I don't get this, if I can't be making this amount of money, then I don't want it. Like, bro. He says it's only our fault if we're not productive. That's 100% facts, not opinion. That's 100% facts and not opinion. He says it's only our fault. Yeah. But man, you just can't make stuff up. Things that you hear, things that you see, that you read. It blows my mind. But with that being said, we finna move on to the next thing, man. The next thing is that I want to talk about was, and I told y'all something similar like this was gonna happen sometime down the road where and this is something, man, that we gotta figure out how to, because it's something that takes more. It's something that takes more lives, and I think than anything else, and that is the removing of a child before it is born. If you know what I mean, the removing of a child before it is born. I know a lot of y'all sit around and say, "Ah, well, it's my body, it's my choice," or whatever the case may be, but that baby's body ain't your body. You know, you were meant to procreate. You were meant to have offspring, to raise your own offspring. And when I see things like people who flip their minds on something so quick, so easily, like Krishan Rock, now she wants to get remove her baby early. She don't want to keep her baby no more because she's mad about the fact that Blueface don't want to be with her no more. And it's like people who are so emotionally controlled to the point to where they would delete another human being because somebody does not want to be with them. It blows my mind. You know, it blows my absolute mind. The fact that you would rather sit around and do stuff like that. Like, Who even thinks like that? Like, oh, I'm gonna have this baby. Oh, well, because he don't want to be with me no more. Because I can't have no money from him. I don't want this baby no more. It's like, bro. First of all, I'm pretty sure I don't. You was the one who agreed to have that child. So you playing with human lives. You play with a human life. People play with human lives all the time. They use them for money. They they use them for as a crutch, and then they were just remove them for no reason. You know, and it blows my mind how somebody could so easily make that decision. Somebody could so carelessly toss around another life like that, use another life like that, with no type of like remorse or nothing. It goes to show how, I guess you could say, heartless this society has become, to the point to where we literally use children for money or for fame or just to keep somebody. I mean, that person might not even be the person that you're supposed to stay with, but you want that person so bad that you're going to use another human being to try to get them to stay with you. That's crazy to me. You know, I see so many people talking about, oh man, well, she's just doing this, she's doing that, man, she's feeling like this, she's going through this, that, and third, but who cares? She a grown woman. She should know if she don't want no baby, don't have no baby. You know, don't play with no human life like that. That's what's crazy to me. But I mean, at the end of the day, I'm just one person. You know, people gonna do what people do. At the end of the day, they're gonna do what people do. There's nothing you can do about it. You can, if it's wrong, you can speak out about it, speak out against it, keep on pushing. But at the end of the day, there's really nothing you can do about it. And it's a shame because even when you see, and even sometimes some of the things that are wrong that you speak out about, nobody's going to do anything about. You know? I see so many people get away with certain things. And it's because of who they are that they get away with it. I seen a video one time, this chick, she went and sat down next to this dude on the bench and started like rubbing all over his arm and stuff in a kind of an arousing way to get his reaction. He didn't like it. He kind of scooted away from her at first. Then she did it again, and he got up and moved because he didn't like it. And then she got up and walked away. But I sit back and I think, imagine if that was the other way around. The whole world would be up in arms right now, talking about, oh man, he needs to be arrested for this, he needs to be arrested for that. But when it's the other way around, it don't matter because they got a cave down there and a couple of mountains up top. That's what's crazy to me, is the fact that depending on who you are, you can get away with almost anything. Almost anything. Not completely everything, but almost anything. And it's just like, dang, bro. It just goes to show you. There is double standards. People try so hard to match the double standards with, oh man, well he's a narcissist, he's this, he's that, whatever. But no, bro, there really are double standards out there, and people, they don't want to see it because if they see it, it's going to, if they see it, they're going to know the truth. They don't want to know the truth because they enjoy the benefits of having double standards. But the thing is, as a man, that's just a part of life, you know. As a man, life ain't going to be fair. People who sit around as men and expect to go through life in a breeze, that's not how it's going to work. I mean, you're going to struggle. You're going to lose. You're going to suffer. But you got to keep pushing through it all. That's what matters the most. People expect to be able to live life on easy mode. Now, some people were born into it, but most people, you gotta live life on easy mode. like Errol Spence. He got to come back tougher. That's 100% facts. Errol Spence, man, he ain't. I don't know. I don't think he gave his all in that round. If he did, he was just outmatched, and that's just an example of in life just losing as a man. Alex Pereira came back strong. Yeah, he came back strong and determined to win. He came back strong and determined to win. You gonna take losses. You gonna lose in life sometimes. But there's gonna be times that you win. But the thing is, a lot of people who they lose so much that when they finally win at something, they take that win for granted. They take that they brush it off like it's nothing because they lose so much. They have their mind on so much negativity that happens to them. They don't pay attention to the good. They don't sit around and think, oh man, but this happened. I finally beat this. They think, oh man, well, yeah, I beat this, but I keep losing at this. What's the point of you winning if you're just going to focus on everything that you done lost in? Now, I'm not saying not to analyze how you lost and elevate yourself in those areas, but I'm saying don't focus so much on the fact that you lost that you don't pay attention to the fact that you won in a different area. See, the problem is everybody wants to be perfect. Everybody wants to be perfect. You can be good in one area and mess up in a completely different area. That's just how it is. People expect to be perfect in all areas, and it's just like, no. I used to be the same way, but I used to think, man, if I'm going to be good at this, then else need to be good at this. I wanted to be perfect. But the truth is, you can't be perfect. It is literally impossible to be perfect. It just is. Because of the state that we're in as human beings. It is impossible to be perfect in every way, shape, or form. You can strive to be perfect. You can do your best to be as close to perfect as you can be. You can work hard every day and be better than you were the day before. But at the end of the day, we all have our own limits. We all have limits in areas that we cannot go past. That's what makes us imperfect, and that's why we think that we always failing all the time. So what you know about this song? What you know about this song, son? Yeah, I'm eating goldfish. Y'all gonna sit around and watch me eat goldfish. I'm gonna be one of them people that tell y'all not to eat junk food, but I'm gonna eat goldfish, and I'm gonna drink some Mountain Dew. Yeah, I'm gonna be one of those people today. Losses are golden. That's 100% facts in my opinion, man. Losses are golden. They're lessons. And people don't see that because they look at them as a loss. I see so many people who compete in something, whether it's a competition or they enter a raffle to get something or whatever the case may be. And they get their hopes up so high that they're going to win. And they lose and they just start letting Keisha out. But it's like, see, that's the thing in life, bro, is that you can get your hopes up for something, but if you allow yourself to get your hopes up too high, you're gonna be very disappointed when it don't work out. That's why I always say learn to control how high you get your hopes up. Learn to control how high you get for something in the event that it don't happen. Because chances are it might not happen. It might happen, but it might not happen. And when it doesn't happen, y'all sit around and you get mad. Oh man, well, no, I competed, so I deserve this. I deserve that. So many people want participation trophies, and it blows my mind. What's the point in there having first, second, third place if everybody's gonna get a trophy for trying? When I first heard that, I was like, yo, ain't no way They really giving trophies out here to people who are just competing. That's what blew my mind. I don't know how old I was. I think I was like, I want to say I was like 15 or 14 when they first started doing that. And even I knew at that young of an age that that was goofy. Like, if you ain't win, bro, you ain't win. Come back and try harder. That's why it's called training. That's why it's called practicing. That's why it's football practice or soccer practice or basketball practice or MMA practice, whatever the case may be. Everybody can't be Mayweather. And even he lost before he was professional and amateurs. Everybody has lost, bro. Mike Tyson has lost at least once. Mayweather's lost at least once. Muhammad Ali had lost at least once. Everybody has lost at least one time in their life. Conor McGregor lost. What's his name? Anderson Silva lost to Jake Paul. Jake Paul has lost. Everybody has lost at least one time in their life, bro. So you can't be sitting around thinking that you're going to go through life perfect with a perfect score. You're going to pass life with flying colors. That's one thing that y'all got to get straight in our minds is that you going to mess up. Like working at a job. You going to mess up at least once or twice. Especially if it's a new job and you don't know what you're doing. You going to mess up at least once or twice. And even then, at your job, you still going to mess up at some point. Because you're not perfect at it. And you ain't never going to be perfect at it. I know people who have worked places for 20, 30 years in the same place. And they still mess up sometimes. You know why? Because they're not perfect at what they're doing. They're not perfect at what they're doing. So yeah, man, quit thinking that you're going to go through life with perfect scores, flying colors. Like everything going to be a breeze. You wasn't born into a family who can. And even then, I've always thought that it was better to earn the championship rather than be born into it, because when you earn it, you appreciate it much more for what it is. Versus being born into it, you already have it, and you're like, hey, whatever, you just toss it around, you know, like a kid who was born into a rich family. That kid didn't have to work for it, so he don't know what it's like to be broke. He don't know what it's like to thirst for something, to hunger for something that he wants, that he has to work for. His parents might not have either, but then again, his parents might have. You know, like I remember one time when T-Man said that he started out with a small loan of $1 million. You know, business-wise, it's not very much, you know, for what he has going on. But regular, everyday, 9 to 5 wise, yeah, that was a lot. I remember when I first heard him, I was like, bro, that is not a small loan. See, he was born into that type of family, but his parents didn't just give it to him. They made him work for it. That's the best way to achieve what it is that you want, is to work for it. The best way to achieve it. Because you're going to love it a whole lot more. You're going to understand, yeah, I can't lose this. A lot of people who were born in them type of families, they don't understand what they have. It's such a blessing. Then when they lose it, they realize, oh man, they realize when they swipe that card at that Gucci store, that Balenciaga store, and it declines, they realize they don't have what they had before, and they're like, oh man, what am I going to do now? They don't know how to get it back. They don't know how to work. That's why you got to make sure once you achieve what you've been trying to achieve, you work hard to keep it. See, people think that once you get it, you don't got to work no more. That's cap. Once you get it, then you have to work twice as hard to keep it. I got the hiccups, man. Once you get it, you got to work twice as hard to keep it and to get more. People think, oh man, well I finally hit $1 million. I'm good now. That $1 million is going to be gone within a year. Maybe even 6 months. You gotta work extra hard, twice as hard, to keep it and get more. People don't understand that. And some people aren't willing to sacrifice for it. Some people would rather. Absolutely not. Hold up, bro. Nah, we're not. I'm sorry, bro, but nah. That's not the vibe that we in right now. Sorry, famo, but yeah, no, we can't mess up the vibe. Let me get back to where we was before. Here we go, right here. Anyways, say that you want to get the brand new Mustang, you want to get a Lamborghini or whatever, you want to get a Bentley, Mercedes Benz, but instead of working for it, somebody gets it for you. You're gonna trash that car out. You're gonna drive it around like it's just a regular old 2004 Nissan Altima or whatever. You're not gonna respect it because it was given to you. You don't know what it was like to work hard for it. Whereas if you work for it for a while and you get it, you're gonna take care of it a lot more because you understand. Wow, man, I can't lose this. People don't have that type of mentality at all. They don't, and it's a shame. Uh, that's the difference between working for something and having it given to you. Is your mindset. Your mindset is different. Having it isn't different. There's no difference in having it when it's given to you versus you working for it. But your mindset and what you do with it is different. You are different versus having something given to you versus having worked for it. You are different with it. There's nothing else that's different. So yeah, man. It's kind of like what your boy Top G said. He said, money doesn't change somebody. It just, he said, it enhances who they already were. Money don't change somebody, it just enhances who they were. Mad Max better than Drake, that's 100% facts. Uh, but your mindset when you have something given to you versus working for it, that's the only thing that's different. And with that being said, we're gonna move on to the last topic. I know this has been kind of dragged out, but it is what it is. Who cares? We chilling. Uh, your boy Fly Soldier. I'm sure a lot of y'all have seen the video that he just recently came out with. Uh, he just came out recently and said that he liked top. He likes being on top. So you know what that means. He likes being on top, which means he likes riding cowboy and cowboy reverse, reverse cowboy. He likes being on top. My bad, yo. My phone is on some extra stuff. Ever since that update that it came out with, it has overheated way more. Like, way more. Like, way, way more. Like, hold up. Like, yeah, that's crazy, bro. It's crazy. If it is lagging, sorry. It's probably because my phone is acting a fool. It's like really hot right now, which is crazy because I never felt it that hot before. It's almost like it could just blow up. But nah, man. He just came out and he said, let me see if it is or not. Give me a minute, y'all, because now I need to see if it's acting a fool or not. I want to make sure that it's still straight. Don't care, don't care. I don't care. Let's keep it pushing. It don't even show that I'm live on here, which is crazy. It don't even show that I'm live on here. Look, y'all. It just shows that I'm active, but it don't show that I'm live. That's the crazy part. There we go. So it looks like it's good. Looks like it's good. I bet. I just had to make sure that it wasn't acting a fool. I want to make sure that it's going smooth. Smooth, as some people say with a V, smooth. Some people ain't never been there to first grade and kindergarten and learned how to pronounce words and enunciate words smooth. What's some other words that people be using? Anyways, we're not finna get off track. That boy, I'm pretty sure that he learned to like being on top somewhere. Whether it's him and his brother doing the deed, because we all seen them lip locking, him and his brother, which is just absolutely disgusting, bro. I think he probably met with his puppet masters, both of them, and they told him, this is what you gotta do if you want to get back on track on social media. See, what I think they're going to try and do now, since they're doing this, I think their next step, the Matrix's next step, is to legalize Alabama activities. And when I say Alabama, I mean a brother and sister, brother and brother, sister and sister, or mother and son, father and daughter, whatever the case may be. Father and son, mother and daughter, whatever. I think that's what they're going to try and do next. Because last time I knew it was illegal. And the fact that these fools just actually posted it on social media, them lip locking with each other like that, and nothing's been done about it yet if it's illegal, it goes to show you where their next step is in demoralizing society. It's legalizing Alabama activities, which is doing things with your own family that you're not supposed to do. It's disgusting. No doubt about that. It is very disgusting. But they're going to use him as a doorway to doing that. Just like they used closeted people as a doorway to Transformers, to teaching all that stuff in school. They used closeted people as a doorway to infiltrate the classrooms and the family household and all that stuff. I mean, now look. Well, I thought they had a different name. I was about to say. They started a family business the wrong way. That's a fact, bro. They started a whole... Next thing you know, they're going to be film stars on adulterated websites. They're going to be doing the deed. Fly Soldier going to be on top, riding reverse cowboy. Kodiak Red going to be on the bottom. They're going to change the mission, where they got their legs over their head. They're going to change the way y'all on fours. He's going to be giving them some extra rub and tuck with the lips. I mean, all types of stuff, bro. He's going to be drinking and slurping on that extra saucy Brahms gravy sauce, which is absolutely disgusting, bro. But that's what they want to do, is they want to legalize doing activities with your own family, and they're doing that by way of showing that it's normal for them to do it, so that other people start doing it too. When we've clearly been told not by the law of the land, but also by Scripture, thou shalt not lay with their own family member as a man would lay with his wife, as a husband would lay with his wife. You're not supposed to lay with your sister. You're not supposed to lay with your brother, your mother, or your father. You're not supposed to. They're trying to make a mockery of everything that God has said not to do. All the rules that He has given us to follow, They want to bend and they want to break. Why? Who's behind all of it? We all know who's behind all of it. Some of y'all worship him. Some of y'all wear him on your shirts. Some of y'all put him up on posters on your wall. Some of y'all, most of y'all listen to his music, watch his movies, TV shows, all that stuff. It's your boy Lucifer. He the one behind all of it. Why? He the direct opposition of God, right? So whatever God says not to do, he gonna go do. He playing nanny boo boo with God, and that ain't gonna lead him down a good path. I mean, he already's on a bad path anyways. He can't get off of it. He on that one-way train, that one-way plane ticket. He on the fast track to Hades. So what he gonna do? Is he gonna do whatever he can to break all the rules? He like them people like Mr. Beast be doing. He like how he gives them a certain amount of money to spend within a certain amount of time at whatever store. It's the same thing that Lucifer, with the rules that God gave us to follow. God said, do not lay with your brother, your sister, your mother, your father. Lucifer said, bet, I'm going to make these people lay with their brothers, their mothers, their sisters, and their fathers. God said, thou shalt not lay with a man as he would with his wife. Lucifer said, bet, I'm going to make them lay with men as they do with their wives, and females as they do with their husbands. He said, now a man shall not wear a woman's garments. He said, bet, I'm going to make queens, quote unquote queens, drag race queens, who like to dress as females that are really dudes. He said, God said, thou shalt not cut gashes within your flesh. He said, bet, I'm going to make people destroy their own bodies by transforming to the other side. God said, thou shalt not tattoo thyself or mark themselves. You ought to remain clean and a pure people. Lucifer said, bet, I'm going to make getting tattoos look appealing to everybody. God said, these are the foods that you are to eat. Lucifer said, bet, I'm going to make catfish, I'm going to make alligator, crawfish, snake. I'm going to make all these different things look appealing to you, so you're going to eat it. Tattoos are, yeah, for real. I just dropped a goldfish. Yeah, man, it's just crazy. He trying to break as many rules as he can within the time that he has. And that's what he's supposed to do. That's what he's supposed to do. His job is to be a Keisha. Weak dudes get tattoos to seem tough. That's 100% facts. I don't have a single tattoo on my body. I don't got a single one. I don't care what nobody say. I prefer to have a clean body. If I'm dating a female, I prefer her to have a clean body too. I can't stand when I go to do something and I see tattoos. It's just an immediate what's the word I can say that wouldn't trigger it? It makes me turn away. It's an immediate turn away when I see stuff like that, because it's like, I like seeing the pure body, pure flesh, clean skin. I don't like seeing inked skin. I don't like seeing people with a million piercings on their face, or down there on their female caves, or on their mountains up top. Like, I never understood the attraction to that. Some people are attracted to that. I don't get it. I'd much rather have a clean, pure female. But hey, that's just what I like. You know, if people like it, I don't. It is what it is. You know, keep moving. But yeah, man, they're gonna try and legalize Alabama activities, and they're gonna use the island boys to start it. I promise you, they are. So with that being said, make sure y'all share with your friends, your families, members, your aunties, your grannies, and everybody else that y'all know. Don't forget to get one out of here, man. Your boy Mikey finna be going live later on, so go tap into that. And yeah, man, I'm out of here. Deuces. Maybe.